Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on Forza Horizon 4 today with another team adventure. This one is all about vehicles with smaller engines. We are racing in B-Class with vehicles all fitted with 2 litre or less engines. So I've got my Mugen. I've got my fantastic Mugen that I absolutely love. It is front-wheel drive. There's going to be a mixture of tarmac races, off-road races for these cars to deal with. Most vehicles will be fitted with rally tyres. However, you might be brave and try and go for something with, well, lesser grade tyres so you have more PI. Basically, you focus on being strong at the tarmac races, knowing it's going to suck. Ooh, this is plinky, terrible trouble time. That was an awful start. I say it was an awful start. I mean, no, it's a good start in as far as we've got off the line okay, and well, we've made up a position. Admittedly, it was only on our teammate, but you know, we have got going and everything. But oh, I don't actually know if anybody really knows where anybody is at this current moment in time. There's a lot of lag and a lot of weirdness going on. So let's go around the outside of that. Right. We're through. Now, CRX is trying to chase down a Galant. As much as I love the Galant, so far I have not had much luck getting one to work, which is why I haven't tried. I was tempted to try building one, but I know my previous experience with them has not been great. Can we chase down a Galant? Perhaps the more important question is, can we chase down a Mini? Because the Mini's going to be good at some stuff. I'm not sure it's going to be good everywhere. We'll have to wait and see. The Galant is way quicker than us down these straights. As we would expect, hell, the Mini is running out of speed. One of the real strengths of this Mugen, one of the reasons why I love it as a B-Class car, it's not very powerful. This is 150 horsepower in this. It is very light at least, which is something. But yeah, it's not massively powerful. However, I say it's top speed, but certainly its acceleration, once it gets past 90, is actually not bad. Often the small lightweight cars, of course, they can get to 60 incredibly quickly, but they run out of power. In B-Class, you don't have, this sort of car, you won't have much PI to add power into them. So a lot of them, yeah, can get to 60 very quickly, and then that's it. The Mini ahead of us, for example, will get to 60 incredibly quickly, but it probably won't do much after, well, it's not going to do much after that. But you know what I mean. This Mugen just keeps going, which is really quite remarkable. We won't be going as fast as the Galant. I'm going to have to try and get ready to defend down into... I'm going to make it obvious which side I'm going. I think it will just come soaring past anyway. However, yeah, it's not going to really matter what side of the road I go on. The only thing that I can do here is just kind of fire it back up the inside, which we do, and we will keep the position. Now, this all helps the Mini. I mean, I want to win, of course I do. However, if I can... if I can at least be rear gunner and make sure... again, some more. We've had a lot of issues with connections tonight. It's just not wanting to play ball. So yeah, there will be probably some laggy cuts. I think I actually out-handle the Mini. I think the thing the Mini's got going is its acceleration. It will out-drag me initially. The Galant is still buzzing around. But of course, I don't want to crash into my teammate at this stage. It would be silly for me to end up in the door of the Mini, put the Mini off, and let the Galant through. It really is. I say it's a 3-car battle at the front here, actually. There is also... 4th place, a blue team car. It's got quite a decent sort of spread of vehicles. We are currently leading here at red team. However, here we go. We're going to have a look at the inside of the Mini. As I said, I don't want to... Oh! Mini was... Well, the Mini cut across the nose. I could have very easily ended up... I actually braked a little early on that on my own. Could have very easily ended up in the side of the Mini, but no, that's fine. Oh! We brushed that wall. That's okay. We'll get away with it. Because we catch so much through here. This is where we're immensely fast. I'm not sure it's going to line us up. We've got to be close enough. So turn 1 is really where it's going to happen. Turn 1, if we're going to get a pass, is where it's probably going to happen. It's a little wide out of there. I think the Galant might be too far. I mean, the Galant has a mega run out of this final corner, which it probably can do because it's not going to have to worry about running to the back of any of us because it's far enough away. It might give us grief into turn 1. We might be clear. Looking back at the points, we are up into... We've got 4th and 5th. I think Airplate might have made a mistake, missed a checkpoint or something, and dropped back. Here we go. Big dive from me. Too bigger a dive. I've gone down one too many gears. I will say I only did that knowing that there was more than enough more than enough points in our favour on our team. Only when I saw that everybody else was in a better order did I go for it. Yeah, I went a little too aggressive trying to get past a Mini. I thought I could do it, and not quite. Worth a go, but not quite. Mini is too good under braking through there. Now, can I get back past I think the Galant wants to get us on the run to the line. However, Galant takes out a lamp post. We can get underneath it. It will just out-drag us. It's worth a try. It was worth a try. Being a team-based game and our team doing well. In fact, actually, I might still get the Galant here because we've got a much better run through there. We're actually quite close. I've got a mega run through that final corner. Come on, Mugen. We do still claim a second. What? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. And if that mattered for points, I would be very annoyed. As it is, we all clearly saw I got a brilliant run. Forza's getting worse with its ability to give us a finishing position. It's terrible. It has got worse. I've had some questionable ones on drag races, but that was not even close. That was a car length at least between us. Well, thank you for that, Forza. I got second. We lost to the Mini. I had a big dive into turn one. To be fair, as I said, I probably didn't need to actually do that in the end, but you know, we got to do these things. Doesn't matter either way, red team, we will win. Up next, we are heading to a, well, partially dirt stage. Lakehurst Woodland Scramble is an interesting track. Interesting track, this one. The Galant will probably like it out here. The Galant will probably like it. There's a couple of quite long straights. The power of my Honda might not be too bad. The Maserati I'd expect to be fast as well, potentially up at the front. And we have got to will. If we are going to beat the Galant, we will have to pass it on the track. We don't start immediately ahead of it. The Civic does not get off the line particularly well. Neither does the Golf. The Mugen, again, front-wheel drive cars are never going to launch as well as the rear-wheel drive, especially the all-wheel drive counterparts. However, the Mugen is actually pretty rapid getting going. It looks like it might be Maserati versus Galant for a little while up at the front. And this is a good start for us so far in terms of points. A lot is going to change as the race goes on, as it often does. What will the Galant be like when we hit the mud? That is the question. What will the rest of our cars be like? No one's really sure what they're going to have to deal with when you end up on the mud for the first time. I mean, it's wet. It's I think I did this in fall. I think that was the season this was in. I think it's the season we're in currently, autumn. So yeah, I mean, this is about as slippery as it's going to get out here on this horrible stuff. Mini will not stop that one. I will go underneath. Now I get a bucket full of understeer coming out of that corner, where we have 3 different drive lines in the top 3. I would presume the Maserati would stay rear-wheel drive. In B-Class, you don't have much in terms of PI to play with some of these cars. Galant, again, probably stay all-wheel drive. And then there is me with the front-wheel drive Mugen. Oh, Maserati is struggling a little bit with corner grip here. I was expecting it to just blast away from me when we got to a straight. We are quite a nice way ahead of the rest of the field. Can I get past? We actually... That's not a result I expected. Admittedly, the Maserati is also incredibly light. Oh! Galant hit the wall! It just got caught on the very end of the concrete wall. Those walls are nasty. We have seen that in the past. Well, we've seen... Not normally that one. There are some walls around the place, though, yeah, that we have seen that will just sort of catch and snag cars. The issue is, we're now going to have to defend. It's going to be a case of, can I... Oh, not do that. Don't run wide onto the dirt. The Maserati is actually right on our bumper through here. Can I get far enough away from the Galant through the twisty stuffs so that when we come to that long hill, it doesn't absolutely annihilate us? We have got the Maserati as a rear gunner here, which is nice, and points-wise, we are looking pretty good. Slow it down for the hairpin. Yeah, so you can see the Galant is always going to struggle here, but it's the hill, it's the long hill. Much as we saw at the last circuit with a long-ish start-finish, it wasn't even that long or a straight, but we've got to make sure, and especially being a steep uphill thing when the power of that car kicks in, we could well be in trouble. The Maserati continues to buzz around. Now that's another very, very light B-Class car. That one's probably on rally tyres and a minimal amount of power upgrades being available for it. We will run away here. It's going to have to try and defend from the Galant. I don't have to worry as we go up a kind of a smallish hill. It gets a lot steeper through this next part, and don't end up in the wall. The glance around the outside of the Maserati. It's a good move from the Galant. I mean, I really need to hold off that Galant. I'm just looking at the leaderboard now. It's kind of swung a little bit in the other way here. We really, really need... In fact, if the Galant beats me, blue team will win this one. Now, that's, of course, assuming nothing else changes, which, well, there's a lot of laps to go. Something may well else change. Come on, little CRX. Come on, you can do this. We can fend off the big VR4. And again, I would normally cheer for the VR4, but in this particular instance, we are going to be a Mugen fan. And I do love... I mean, this is perhaps one of my favourite B-Class cars. It is brilliant. It really is just a brilliant all-round sort of a vehicle. As I said, it doesn't have that much power, but it really does manage to find speed. A lot of other cars like it just can't. But we are going to be vulnerable at the top of the hill. That is the trouble. So I've got to get the braking right every single lap. This is quite a high pressure. And I mean, well, we've got quite big gaps further back to some cars. Their race still matters. You know, their battle going on there. In fact, there's been a change of position, which now means that if the Galant overtakes me, we will still win. So, like that, the racing further back, just a change of position back there, does actually make a big difference to the finishing position. It's one of the fun things about these team adventures. The Galant is close. I don't think I've got the pace to beat that, because I'm going to have to be absolutely mad through the dirt. Although the Galant's gone very wide. That is good news for me. Can we sneak alongside? Come on. Come on, little Honda. We can do this. I've got to get back in front here. If I'm not leading here, I'm in trouble. So I need to be able to get a clear run, if you like, to the hairpin and through these final corners. I can't afford to lose time stuck behind a slippery, slidey Mitsubishi. We are into the hairpin. In fact, we've pulled a little bit more of a gap there, I think. I don't know whether he got a slide. Quite possibly did, let's face it. It doesn't look like it's the easiest of cars to drive. It might be all-wheel drive, but it doesn't look like it's the easiest of cars to get through that dirt. So we are out the other side, and we've got a little bit more. I mean, it's a little bit of a cushion, but there's a lot going on for those places further back. As I said, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, those are also critical positions in this adventure. Oh, this is going to be so sketchy. This is going to be so close, because it's going to close. We'll pull away through this turn 1. I've got to get it spot on here. We can't afford any mistakes, which we don't do. We run a little wide on the dirt on the exit, nothing terrible. The Galant was wide, but has got the power to compensate for it. Oh, where is that VR4 going to go? It will pass us. It's not that far ahead, though. Do we have a big dive here? I mean, we've kind of got to... We get it stopped. We make the corner. Right, now it's now it's just flat out in the mud with the little Honda. Come on, beat the all-wheel drive rally car. You can do it. There is a blue team vehicle, possibly not on rally tyres, having a bad time. Stays well out of the way. Down there, onto the brakes for the hairpin we go. Am I going to stay? Oh, a little early on the power play. I can just get I got so much gap down to that hairpin. Such a huge amount of gap I can get down to the hairpin in that section that the Mitsubishi just cannot close. Takes out the cobblestone wall through there. One more turn. I'm hoping if I don't balls up this final corner, we should be far enough away that it will not be able to out-accelerate us. It might be a little bit scary. It's not going to be enough. The Mugen will take victory. A very hard fought-for victory right there. Ooh, good race. Very good race up against that Galant. We had enough. We had just enough. A couple of brave dives at one corner made sure I stayed ahead. If I'd been behind going into the dirt, I think I would have been in trouble. If I'd been behind on the dirt section, I think I might have been in a lot of trouble. As it was, we were able to stay ahead. We were able to stay ahead of the car and would score us enough points. And it will be a second win for the red team. So this could be possibly the final round. We have come to the Greendale Club Circuit. Oh, and I get to start on pole for my team. Well, I say on pole. I'm on the front row for red team, at least. I've got the Maserati behind me, and I don't think I've actually got the Escort. The Escort was pretty quick on the dirt. The Mini probably would be liking this circuit. That's down the back for us. The cars we've got to watch out for on blue team that have seemed quick, the Ferrari. The MX-5 might like this track better. The Ferrari that's back there somewhere is quick. And of course, this start-finish straight, I mean, the Galant maybe even get to the lead before turn 1. It's not even a long straight. Look at it go. That's ridiculous. It's not even a long straight. It's not even that long of a straight. And that Galant is to the lead. Can we find a way back past immediately? I mean, this is what we want. Ultimately, this might become a frustrating race for me. It might become quite the frustrating race. It depends on how wobbly. It depends on how wobbly the VR4 is, because we know the grip in the Mugen. We know the grip in the Mugen. Oh, that's a little... I kind of know the grip in the Mugen. I'm a little brave through there. It's because we'll be fast through here, fast through the next part, get a lead, and then it will all evaporate down the start-finish straight, and then we'll have to do it all over again. Pretty much is what I fear, what I'm half expecting. That's not a line I want to take through there. The good news is, I spot a Maserati giving us a helping hand. Come on, Maserati. I don't think it's going to matter too much. We saw how fast off the line Galant was. I'm expecting it to come soaring past again before turn 1. Now, we will defend this, make him have to try and go a long way round, which will probably be difficult for that car. Indeed, it does not quite make it. Now, I can afford to run wide because I don't think it's going to have the grip to look underneath us here. Nope, it will not. Points-wise, things are still looking fairly good for us, although I have run a little too deep through there. If I lose the lead, it's not a complete disaster yet. However, you never... as if I lose the lead, I don't need to not do that. I'm being a little too brave, and also was looking too much at the bloody leaderboard, figuring out points. Now it's a little bit of a disaster if I lose the lead, so let's maybe not. Oh, Maserati's got involved as well. I like to see. Let's have a couple of good clean laps, please. I mean, Maserati might even be as quick as this around the circuit. We've just got to watch out for, well, what's about to happen to us. Yeah, I wasn't far enough away. Okay. It's going to be a big squabble for the whole of this race. Oh, you got very brave doing that one. That's very, very brave, very sketchy. Up the inside, gets it stopped. I mean, I'm just going to dive straight in underneath that. It's not going to make the corner, not in the same way that the Mugen will. It'll accelerate me towards this next part. As long as I don't do anything stupid here, I think I can pull far enough away, or unless the Galant starts finding some speed. Like those signposts there are horrible to sort of bobble across. It's close, though. It's very close. All it takes is one positional change, or not quite actually, one positional change further back would still have us winning by 50 points. It's because, of course, the leader gets an extra 50 points that makes the difference. However, for example, a red vehicle missed a checkpoint. That would be disastrous for us. We don't want a red vehicle missing a checkpoint, because that would drop you a long, long way back. If, for example, if I missed a checkpoint, Maserati missed a checkpoint, you would then lose more than just the 200-point swing. In fact, we have actually now gained some more points, which is nice. I think around here, I don't think that Galant's got an answer for us. I do not think the Galant has an answer for our little Honda, because it can enjoy that start-finish straight, sure. However, the rest of this circuit is, yeah. The rest of this track is all about the grip, and the Honda. I love this car. It is such a fantastic B-class vehicle. Again, this is a front-wheel drive that was winning on the dirt stages. It works so brilliantly well for just 150 horsepower. Yeah, I don't think anything here has got an answer for it. If I get the laps right, if I don't make any silly mistakes, then we are basically sorted. Looking back, yeah, the Galant's running a little bit clear. Can't see further back. Our Ford is actually up in 4th, which is good. There's a big group of blue cars in 5th, 6th and 7th, but they're not going to be able to score enough points. It doesn't look like they can really do anything about the Escort or the Maserati, for example. They're too far back. The Mini's not enjoying this track as much as I might expect. I guess it's not sort of full-on acceleration stuff here. Also, once you start further back, once you get in traffic, it is, even with the best car, you know, the fastest car in the field, you get stuck in traffic early on. It's actually very difficult to work your way back up. I've butchered that corner up, which is a little bit annoying on the final lap. I think we're still far enough away. I don't think the VR4 can get out of this final corner well enough to challenge the Mugen. There has been some more point shifting further back. If we were to, if my Honda was to break down now, we would lose the round. But unless anything disastrous happens, it looks like we might be okay. It's another victory for the CRX ahead of the Galant. Maserati takes another podium. Our Escort finishes in 4th, and they're kind of the important ones, I think, unless 10th or 11th miss a checkpoint or something. I don't think it's going to matter all that much. They both have to miss a checkpoint, actually, because the amount of points that will be gained, and that's that. Red team has done it. Red team has done it here. We've secured enough points to win all 3 of the first rounds. Had a good fight up against that Galant, but in the end, as soon as the going got twisty, the Mugen was just a little bit too much for it. What a machine! The front-wheel drive B-Class. It's only 1.5 litre as well. It's probably one of the smallest engines here. One of the smaller engines, anyway. Fantastic, fantastic car. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.